I don't know you, you don't know me, but here is something fun to see. This is Giles, who is designed and owned by SS Panel 42. I really hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. But they're on Team Fossils, so it's a friendly fire. 'Tis my first attack, a friendly fire at that. I was very excited when I first went on to Art Fight, so I just had fun looking through things. I didn't look for specific teams at first. That was like the first guy I saw. He's a little creature. He's beautiful. He has little swirly eyes, wings, beautiful tail, and the proportions of this little guy's legs and to the hands, to the body is beautiful. I appreciate it so much. It was such art to witness. I was really excited to do its wings because on the first reference picture that pops up, you can kind of see the lines through his wings. So I was assuming that meant the wings were translucent to an extent. So that is what I tried to replicate in my drawing of him. And since this cool little guy had I'm going to use too cool too many times in the sentence, but it's okay. Since this cool little guy had cool little lore, in the sense that he only appears or is visible during autumn, I decided to make the environment autumn so that is visible. Also, for lighting and shading, I didn't feel like I made it contrasting enough for me to put fully shaded, and also on Gil's, and also the grass I didn't shade. I shaded the mushrooms and beneath Gil's, but I didn't shade the grass or the trees behind him. So I decided to put minimal shading, as that felt best to me. Which just reminds me that I actually recorded a few videos that I can show you guys right here. I love this guy's proportions. That's fine. I like his little thin arms and his little eyes, his little swiggliness. He's so sweet. He's so lovely. He's so swiggly. The way he's drawn here is beautiful. This is art, and I love how he's made. It fills me with happiness. See, look at his little face. He's so sweet. And I like that his wings are transparent. Here are some information for those of you who are interested. Also, the tracked time is from Procreate's track time. Next up, we have Tropi, designed by Tunapii and owned by Romarow, and who is on Team Crystals. So this is my first official attack that's not friendly fire, but the other one is still my first official attack. But yeah, that's where we are. I was excited to draw Tropi because he had a big factor of the kinds of characters I wanted to draw at one point or another, which was really colorful characters that had their main focus of their design was the color palette, and he's very pretty, and I was able to do that, which is really fun. And also with a cookie, I put a cookie. He was originally going to be in a park, but then it somehow turned into a pier. I don't know what I did what decisions I made to do that, but it ended up a pier at the ocean. And the reason the cookie's there is because a bird dropped it. As you can see the shadow. That's what I made up to explain why the cookie's there. For this one, I tried my best to add more shading and shadowing so I could label it as fully shaded. So I tried harder this time, but yeah. Art fight is fun. It's the first day, and there has been much enjoyment. The only thing is that I made my account yesterday, so I can't comment on anyone who commented to me. I'm gonna have to wait until it hits the hour that I decided to join last minute and then spontaneously have lots of fun. But it's been very lovely. I'm a work on my first revenge. For my first revenge, I drew Flo, who is designed by Airwave Creature and owned by Speedy Splash 37, and who's on Team Crystals. And I also drew Seafluff, the sea bunny, who is designed and owned by Speedy Splash 37. So that was my choice. And why did I make this choice? Well, I made this choice because I looked for characters with a lesser amount of attacks, because they need some love. They need some attention. They're really cute and really cool. And I decided to do these two together, specifically these two, because they both are like surrounding kind of watery within their designs, like, you know, sea bunny, and then they said like Flo's a water bending cat, which is really cool. I really like how Flo's like water design is, so I tried my best to make it similar to that, in the sense like it just looks really pretty in my opinion. And I like seafluff. I am very like I admire those who can give hair feature to like creature characters, because I find that very hard to do, to give them hair spikes. As you can see in a bit, I struggle with that. I also did happen to accidentally give seafluff only 3 fingers instead of 4, so I did make sure to change that. Good thing I noticed, because I saw the paw pad had 4 beans, and you can't fit 4 beans onto 3 fingers exactly, because if you have it uniform with 1 bean per finger. So I recognized that and fixed that, which worked. Design-wise, I really liked Flo's leg, so I wanted to make sure to like include that in a bigger area of the picture. And to do that, I did do perspective a bit, as you might have seen previously in the time-lapse just a bit earlier. How I did draw perspective lines, because I was trying to figure out what size seafluff should be. If Flo is kind of more in front, it was a good experience for me. But I really like the bright, vibrant blue on seafluff, contrasting with the more black and white color scheme. And I decided to make them friends, as like, oh, Flo lost his little clip, the little fish clip, and seafluff found it. And they're by the ocean. It was fun drawing the ocean. I hadn't done that in a while, and it was fun using textures to draw the sand. The sand colors were nice. And I tried a different shading, where I made the shading like a different color. I think I might have used an overlay, but not exactly. I don't remember exactly. You could probably see, you've seen the time lapse. Yay. I don't know why I'm struggling so much on this guy's hair. Polished, because it took me a longer time than usual, and I put a lot of hard work and effort into it, with the background lighting and shading and environment perspective especially. Like, I'm not the most experienced with that. And here we have Mips, or Mips, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but who is designed by Crust, with 3 T's at the end, and owned by starlightrazor. It's a cool name. And who's on Team Crystals. Mips or Mips is my first simple shaped character, and I really needed to draw something nice and simple, so I chose to do an abstract background, because the other previous drawings made me a bit tired, but I did this to not burn myself out. Noëlle Lavinia. Noëlle Lavinia. I'm having a bit hard time telling, because I don't know how to read names. Creature. Choco. all designed and owned by Twisted Cat. This is the one. This is one of my biggest accomplishments here. Very, very pleased with it. It started out being I just planned to make a little, I planned to make one drawing. Planned to make one drawing of Creature, because I like creature characters, and creatures seem lovely. So, I was gonna draw them. And then you wanna know what I saw? I saw that they, like, absorb things to eat. Like, oh, because they have no mouth. So it was like, dun. I could take the meme. I could take the Kirby meme, which was Waddle Dee absorbing a cookie because they both absorb to eat. It was perfect. So I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna do something quick, not quick, but something fun, a meme, a funny. Yes, a funny. It was going to be excellent. And then, so I wanted to find other characters to, like, be included, so I looked farther down on the profile, and it was perfect. There was one who wears a crown, and then another one who cooks, although, it said that he's bad at cooking, and it was perfect for the placements of everyone. So that's what I did. And then it turned into a comic page. And I'm very, very pleased with how it turned out. Since Noëlle was, like, a part of our lore thing was that she was in beauty pageants, I dressed her up in a different outfit inspired by King DDD, which is what this entire thing is, heavily, heavily inspired from. And that was fun. It was a bit more challenging because it was I had more creative freedom, so I had to choose what to make the outfit. So that was that. Also, I really like Coco's design. I hope that's how I pronounce his name. I like the bow on the cooking thing. The thing that protects clothes from cooking. Apron, yeah. The bow on his apron. And, like, his bracelets. Those were really cool. And I found it very interesting how he just has a bowl on his head all the time. It's a very interesting character design, and it was really fun to draw. Also, shoes. Coco had shoes, so I got to draw shoes, which was very interesting and fun. I really liked the design of the shoes. They're really fun, shape-wise, kind of the front. I don't really draw shoes, as you can probably tell. But it was very interesting. Oh, and for one of the panels, I drew the shoe, like, in a really cool angle because his legs are kind of, like, tilting. So you got to see underneath the shoe. But I ended up covering it up with his tail. Just like some parts, I drew the full character from, like, everything. And then the speech bubbles are approaching to cover them up. Also, when coloring Creature, it was fun trying to figure out something to match the kind of color, the pencil look. Like the textured paper that only the most elevated areas pick up the color kind of look. So I kind of used charcoal type brushes a chalk brush for the yellow, coloring in the colors for Creature. Except for the sticker, I believe, because, like, the sticker's, like, a different object, kind of, like, on Creature. I like the sticker on Creature's head. I think that's a very cute addition to his design. Also, I think, the Waddle eating a cookie meme from Kirby right back at you. It's absolutely hysterical. I like it a lot. I will probably link it down in the description, as well as every single other person you see here. I will link all of their art fight and everything that they have on their art fight page kind of thing. I will do my best to copy those links and add them down there too. So it's going to be like whatever other things that they want other people to see. So please go check out their stuff. They've got cool stuff down there. They've got their characters and whatever else they do. They seem very cool people. Yeah. I like bows, but I struggle to draw them. And hands. This is Horizon, both owned and designed by Spatial. Spatial? I had a couple different compositions in mind when I picked to draw Horizon, and some of them was sitting, and some was... No, it was mainly sitting. But I decided to do floating in space in the end because it was a more flowy drawing, and that's what I usually want to do more when I'm tired a bit more, because I was a bit tired. But I had lots of fun going with all the colors and lighting and shading. I really like Horizon's eyes. They're very pretty. And I make them have a little blip because it's cute. And there's a planet behind them. It's not exactly Earth, but it's kind of like Earth, but I did fully shade it because, like, oh, you can see shading everywhere. There's, like, the moon is kind of like an eclipse, I guess, going on. A lunar eclipse, I think. Nope, solar eclipse. And it's going in the background of, like, on that planet. And also, that does imply that Horizon is staring into the sun. I hope he's not looking directly at the sun. He's probably looking off, just like kind of slightly towards the sun, but not exactly into the sun. He'll be okay. Look, guys, this is Bob. He's designed by TamQuira, who's on Team Crystals. I might have been forgetting to say the team for a couple times, but everyone's been on Team Crystals so far. Anyways, I really like Bob. Just an absolutely lovely fella. I love his limbs, having 4 pairs of limbs, and I like his description and stuff too. He has frills that he can, like, flare out, and they're really colorful. I really like the combination of the colorfulness with the more muted colors. So I chose to make him catching bugs because in his description, which was very lovely detailed, I liked all the details. It was really fun to read. It, like, has a smell in his mouth that attracts bugs that kind of like smells like pollen, but he's very poisonous, which is very cool and neat. And when I read that, I had the perfect idea in my mind. It was like perfect. He's just going like with his mouth very open wide. And so I wanted to try to make the environment kind of okay. I do not know why these pixels are like here and all the like the red spots on the drawing. I tried fixing it, seeing if anything would go, but it's not working. It's just gonna have to be like that. These whole clusters of black pixels, they are not there usually, or they were never there in the time lapse. It just isn't fixing, even when I re-uploaded it kind of thing and tried to see if it was something with the editing app, but it wasn't. There's nothing I can do, can't fix it, so it's just staying like that. My original idea kind of thing for the environment was like a bog, but I was also looking, it was like alien forests, and a forest is kind of different from a bog, so I leaned more towards the forest side and had the natural wood of the trees kind of match similar to his tone. And I put a lot of effort into this because I really like Bob. Bob gets a 10 out of 10 from me. I like Bob. He's very pleasant design. Very, very fun. Very Bob of him. Also, another reason why I put polished is because, foliage, background, lighting, shading, yes, plants. Plants are very struggling. I struggle making plants. Wood on trees is, like, better. It's easier because it's more, like, understandable shape-wise, in my opinion. But plants like leaves and stems, they are thin and bendy and confusing to me sometimes. But yeah, I did my very best. Well, I do my best on all of them, but I like Bob. And now we have Zip, who was designed by 35mm and owned by Kurk, who's on Team Crystals. I really like Zip, which is, of course, why I chose to draw him. I really like teethy characters, ones that go like, hey, or hee, with their, teeth and expression, which I tried to look at, like, use the tag. I tried to use the tag for, like, toothy characters, and I just didn't find any, which I was kind of sad. I was like, oh. But I like it when they're like that, because then it's so fun to go crazy with the expressiveness. And, okay, for Zip specifically, I really like the design of the abstractness in his eyes, and the style. Oh yes, the style. The style of lineless drawing. That is a style that's been with me for a long time that I just use every now and then when I feel like it. And this was perfect drawing to use it. Very fun, very, like, kind of clean looking to an extent, without, like, bumps. It's kind of smooth. I don't know how to describe it exactly. But, for the background, I decided to make it a kitchen because I put him on a countertop. Also, if you're wondering why his paw is red for the majority of it, or his paw pads, is because I did not know what color his paw pads were, or if he had them, so I had to ask. And, while I was waiting for a reply, I made a whole other drawing, which is why this one's after the drawing I'm about to show next. But, it was confirmed that, no, he does not have, paw pads on that paw. Lastly, for this first part, I drew my best buddy, my best pal, my best friend, whose, art fight name is Loto the Cake Pop Plush on Team Crystals. So I was able to attack them. First character on the very left, Loto Plush. Middle character, Loto Cake Pop. Third character on the right, little purple guy. I had lots of fun drawing this. It was a kind of break, since most of her characters are simple shaped. And, well, by most I mean half. And it was fun. I had fun drawing the sky, especially because it's half and half. Really fun playing around with the lightings. And I decided to make it windy because, Loto Plush, like, can face the wind, and I thought that was fun. I gave little purple guy an umbrella that was being caught by the wind because I thought that'd be kind of cute. There will be a part 2 and 3. Thanks for watching!